Good morning from Koh Chang. It's our first full day here. We're gonna go get something to eat right now. In this video, a little bit later, I'm gonna explain to you if you're in Pattaya, you wanna come down and get a little bit of the island vibes down here in Koh Chang outside of Trat province. I think it technically is still Trat, but I'm gonna kind of explain how you can get down here, taxis, availability, what kind of stuff, what kind of places you can stay at, what you can look forward to, what kind of stuff you can check out. And then obviously we gotta go explore a little bit, but first I need a coffee. Okay, so cross coffee off the list. Definitely that place was super cool. It's called the Fig Cafe. That's right around this corner from our resort. Everything that I show you today, I'll make sure to go down and link everything in the description. If I do forget, feel free to just drop a comment, or you have any questions, or maybe you see something in the background or something. I'll do my best to make sure it gets taken care of. Mom doesn't drink coffee, so she's still kind of asleep.
I had hot chocolate, cold chocolate.
Cold chocolate.
Frickin' delicious.
Chocolate milk, pretty much.
Pretty
All
much.
right. So we just sat down for lunch here at the resort, and unfortunately we've been getting rained in quite a bit since we've been here, so the beach and stuff was kind of out of the question, really. It's part of the game though. It's rainy season here in Thailand, so that's something to definitely plan for if you want to do some island hopping. Sometimes you get lucky. Right now it's sunny, but then in 20 minutes it'll be raining again, and it keeps going back and forth. But there's still plenty to do, plenty of like pretty indoor restaurants and stuff like that. But if you want to come spend some time on the beach, unless you don't mind the rain, I usually don't, but when you're sitting there in all day, it can be kind of a bummer. So if you are in Pattaya and you want to come down to Koh Chang, it's about a 4-hour journey if you go by personal taxi, which is actually how we got down here. It costs 3,000 baht. I'm not sure if you'd be able to find something maybe a little bit cheaper. I'm sure you could find things that were more expensive, but they're readily available. There's a taxi service that I pretty much use for any time I bounce between Pattaya, Bangkok, Koh Samet, anywhere like that. They have stuff running all over the place. You can book them as late as a day before, and they're usually very reasonable on the price. I'll go ahead and link all their information down below. Best way, if you're here in Thailand, make sure you have the Line app, because that's basically what everybody uses for communication. So you can just hit them up online, let them know where you want to get picked up, where you're gonna go, all that good stuff, what you need, how much space you need, what kind of car you'd like, all that stuff. And you will pay after you get there, so you don't have to worry about deposits or anything like that. Now, as far as accommodation goes, as soon as you get here, there's all kinds of different resorts for every type of budget. There's 3-star hotels all the way up to like 5-star resorts with all kinds of inclusive. If you want to be on the beach, obviously, that's readily available too. Most of the resorts and stuff are going to be on the water, but just make sure too when you're in a part of town, because Koh Chang is actually a pretty big island. So either one, you can bring your car with you, which is super convenient. They have a ferry that will actually be able to bring your car over with you. And just like all the other islands, there's plenty of motorbikes and stuff here for rental as well. But more than likely, it's gonna be much more convenient to have your own transportation as opposed to take taxis everywhere. Then as far as food and all that stuff goes, there's a lot of islands in Thailand that might not be as well traveled by foreigners. So it can be kind of hard to find Western food, but from what we've seen here so far, there's plenty of it. This is a pretty frequented island by a lot of travelers. So don't really worry about food. You can pretty much find whatever you want. We actually had Mexican food for lunch yesterday, and it was by far the best Mexican food I've had in Thailand. And then as well, with all the resorts and everything like that, they're pretty much always gonna have some like Western stuff on the menu. So if you need a little bit of comfort food, maybe you're not feeling well, whatever, it's totally available. And kind of going hand in hand with that, since Koh Chang is pretty well traveled, the infrastructure here is totally fine. Like we haven't had any trouble with cell phone service, anything like that. If you do have any like medical problems, God forbid, anything like that, there's plenty of clinics. There is even a hospital here. It's on the other side of the island, which is a bit of a pain, but if something does happen, it's totally easy to take care of. There's banks, there's even like markets and stuff like that if you're gonna be here for a while and you wanna do some shopping. So don't really have to worry about that. As opposed to recently, I went to Koh Samet, and Koh Samet's much smaller, so that can be really nice if you just kind of want like the island getaway vibe, but there's not quite as much infrastructure, so that is something to think about, especially if you're gonna spend a longer term. All right, so we secured a motorbike for one day. It was only 200 baht, which is pretty sweet. I think when we went to Koh Chang last time, it was like 350 or 400. It was a lot. I mean, not my favorite bike, but it'll get the job done. I mean, mom looks sweet too. Styling, in case you were wondering who I get it from. But we really don't have an itinerary. We're kind of just cruising around the rain stop for a little bit. So we're up here on the mountain. Check this out. Not too shabby. So we ended up just turning down some random little side road, which is how you honestly find all the cool stuff in Thailand. And I knew there was a beach this direction, so I was kind of just looking. Turned down this road, turned into a dirt road, and then we got here, and it looks like it used to be like a resort, but it looks like it's like abandoned now. We've got this whole beach to ourselves. There's a few chubby dogs here, so it looks like somebody's taking care of them, but from what I can tell, there's nobody here. Just pretty cool. I don't really know if we're allowed to be here, but there was no gates or signs or anything, so check it out. Some Castaway type shit. We are the only people on this beach. I just watched that the other night, and it totally reminds me of this. You can see there's some people way down there behind me if you can see them. I doubt you can, but yeah, we've literally got this whole beach to ourselves. It's pretty sick. If I can, I'll try to tag this. I'll drop a pin on myself right now, and I'll try to tag it down below where we're at. I'm not sure if I would recommend that you come down here, just because I'm not sure if it's still private property or anything like that, but there doesn't seem to be anybody here, so it's pretty sweet. Alright guys, so that is a wrap on Koh Chang Island. If you would like to learn anything else about our trip, or maybe how to get there from Pattaya, Bangkok, whatever, feel free to drop it down in the comments below. I'll do my best to take care of you. It was a good trip. We did get rained out, unfortunately, but that is part of the game when you come to Thailand this time of year. If you'd like to learn more about Thailand, maybe you're moving here, just a little bit of insider information, go ahead and click the video on screen right now. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day. Catch you in the next one.